tech while building long-term relationships with clients and partners. She's currently focused on the application of Web3 technology, specifically in its potential in consumer marketing for brands. So we're going to share the screen and get started on watching the recorded demo in just one moment.
Today. Thank you so much, Michelle, for joining us today.
I'm actually very, very glad to be here. Thank you for having me. I'm a big fan of what Unit Masters is doing and very, very excited to be here today. Hi, everyone. My name is Michelle. I take care of business development and partnerships. Okay, are you still hearing the background noise? So I want to kind of preface the session by letting you guys all know that there is a highly likely chance that you probably know more than I do about the blockchain space, about NFTs, or even about cryptocurrency. I'm not a coder, I'm not a developer, and I'm not here to talk to you about trading, staking, or even buying into NFTs because of the hype. And yes, I take care of all things business development and partnerships at Lemonade. It is a multi-chain platform and infrastructure that allows anyone to build incentivized community using applications of Web3 technology, but with a Web2 user experience. Before I even take you through Lemonade's capabilities and give you a very basic demo of the platform, I'd like to talk to you a little bit more about why it's even relevant. I know that Unit Masters is a blockchain literacy program, something that people like me who have zero tech background could benefit from as well. And essentially over the last 14 years, I've spent a lot of my time focused on consumer marketing. And like it was mentioned, I have worked with a lot of hospitality, consumer, and luxury brands. One of the things that I very strongly believe in is, before you actually sell people anything, you have to make an intangible concept tangible, and you have to show people, allow them to experience something, allow them to understand it, allow them to see value in it before they're actually sold on the concept. And over the last 1 year, I've actually helped brands, creators, along with my team, venues, event organizers, as well as record labels to build Web3 community. And this is what I'm going to talk to you about today, about building community and building it in Web3 with the help of NFTs. So I'm going to very quickly share my screen. Please do not judge my presentation skills. I close most of my deals with Word documents. Give me a second. Okay, can you all see my screen? Okay, so if anybody would like to actually take this answer, what is Web3? Maybe even if you just drop in a line in the chat as well, I would be interested to kind of understand. Okay, read, write, own, decentralization. Ownership economy, amazing. Edge computing, okay. So it seems like everybody pretty much has fantastic. So it seems like you guys already have a pretty solid understanding of connect peer-to-peer without any trusted intermediary. So it's permissionless. So in essence, Web3 is, 1 second. It is a decentralized internet run on blockchain technology. It keeps your information safe and secure. It gives ownership to users and stakes in platforms and applications as opposed to the tech giants having control. And it has established a decentralized digital highway for people to meet and connect with communities that kind of fit their needs. So if you look at the evolution of the internet over the last couple of decades or so, so you had Web 1, which was essentially read-only. So your basic web pages, e-commerce, and your basic scripts in HTML. Then you had Web 2, which with it came the introduction of social media. It was more interactive. You had more user-generated content, mobile access, apps. But at the same time, it was centralized. You had no control of personal data, and you have all of these tech platforms kind of monetizing users' data and selling it to third parties. And then comes Web 3. So as someone actually rightly mentioned, it is the internet where you have read, write, and own. So it's permissionless, it's blockchain based, you have NFTs, you have virtual and augmented reality, which is your metaverse. Web3 is decentralized, you have complete data ownership, and the only person who's able to monetize your data is you. Because of complete data ownership, it is an ad-free space, and people can actually engage with projects or brands or communities that they're actually interested in. So it's also, Web3 is also collaborative, and of course you have complete data privacy. So before I go any further, I think what's important to address is why Web3 is even important. So currently, when you look at the platforms that you use in Web2, we have less and less control over our newsfeed. So you can't really control what you are actually signing up to see. You have no control of who has access to your data. For example, Instagram and Facebook collect about 79 and 57% of their users' personal data and then sell it to third parties. And this data includes like your search history and financial information. So honestly, it feels like Web3 really is the need of the hour, unless you don't care about data ownership and privacy. And the biggest difference, I think, between Web 2 and Web 3 is that in Web 2, you have followers, you have an audience, but in Web 3, you have community. What are Web 3 communities? I think the key feature of a Web 3 community is that they're a collection of like-minded individuals with similar interests, similar visions, and more importantly, they have shared ownership. And all of this contributes to a vested interest in a project. So like in Web 2, a project or a person or a creator's success is kind of indicated by their scale, so the number of people that they can reach. But in Web 3, it's indicated by engagement. So people are incentivized to participate when they feel a sense of ownership, when they feel truly represented, which is something that you don't really see in Web 2. So why Web 3 is important? It is real community. It's real community of real people that can be re-engaged, real people with shared interest, ownership, and therefore a vested interest in the success of a community or a project. And this is not just restricted to creators. It's also something that companies and brands are experimenting with. And the more successful kind of ventures into Web3 have been the ones that can create communities successfully or plug into existing ones. But the most successful companies and brands that have taken a shot at venturing into Web3 have been the ones that have been able to build legitimate community, but at the same time also provide actual real life utility and rewards. So while scale has been a measure in Web 2, engagement is a better indicator of what might succeed in Web 3. So examples of Web 3 communities in the most recent past that I feel like everybody can kind of relate to, everything is done via NFTs. So NFTs, as most of you already know, are non-fungible tokens. They're unique digital assets that cannot be replaced with assets of the same value. Besides being digital tokens or digital memorabilia or art, NFTs, and this is something that I say a lot, are more than JPEGs. So they can be extended further into community rewards, into tickets, into membership, into educational certificates. So most of you who are a part of the Unit Masters program would probably be collecting your certificates of completion, or every time you finish a module, you are invited to claim your proof of attendance protocol NFT, which is your certificate of completion for the module. So you can also extend it further to fundraisers like Hodao has, where they were raising. They did an NFT auction to raise funds for displaced women in Iran and Nigeria. So there are many, many ways that NFTs can be further extended, just beyond or outside of digital art. And who can really benefit from NFTs and from, to build community via them? So everybody from artists to brands to musicians to venues, event organizers, non-government organizations, the everyday consumer like you or me, and definitely social impact organizations. Here are actually some of the people that Lemonade is partnered with or has as a client. So you see, Glotcha, Museum Week, Outlier Ventures, a couple of record labels, Coin Bureau Live, and my favorite, Unit Network and Unit Masters, as well as Budweiser. So what I was saying earlier is that 3 examples of Web3 communities that have actually launched, more recently over the last couple of years would be Starbucks Coffee, NBA Top Shots, and Rihanna's music producer dropping 300 NFTs, music NFTs of her single "Bitch Better Have My Money." So the Starbucks Odyssey program is actually an extension of their Starbucks Rewards program, and it's powered by Web3 technology and unlocks access to exciting new benefits and experiences that their customers wouldn't normally be able to have access to. So the experience allows members to take part in a series of entertaining interactive activities called journeys. And once you complete a journey, you earn a collectible, which is similar to the number of points that you would normally earn on your Starbucks card. And it unlocks new benefits and immersive coffee experiences that you wouldn't normally be able to get anywhere else. NBA Top Shots is slightly different. It's essentially a collection of rare highlights videos, and similar to digital trading cards, or similar to trading cards, the baseball cards or basketball cards that you would normally trade. These are digital trading cards, and they represent ownership and authenticity. And because of their rarity, their value constantly keeps increasing. And then you have Rihanna's 300 music NFTs, which essentially give the NFT holders fractionalized ownership to the rights of her songs. So each owner also gets 0.00333% of the song's streaming royalties. So this is a classic example of a brand, a brand and a creator kind of actually being able to reach out and engage and reward their community, not just talk to them or talk at them on social media. And all of these projects had 3 things in common, which is something which is kind of prevalent across the board. Just like every other Web3 community, you still needed cryptocurrency, you still needed crypto wallets, and you still needed knowledge and understanding of blockchain terminology, which is kind of, not the best situation to be in, because especially if you consider that 54% of consumers in the US have not even heard of Web3. And simultaneously, 52% of Web2 users feel that social media restricts their rights. And 70% of people who use Web2 social media believe that they can't control how social media uses their details. So what does this tell you? Web3 definitely has advantages. Web3 is definitely going to see mass adoption. And the process to build real Web3 community needs to be accessible, it needs to be user-friendly, and it needs to have real utility attached to it. It needs to cater to both crypto and blockchain savvy users, as well as first-time users. And this is why I think it's relevant for me to even be talking to you about Lemonade. So most creator platforms are segmented, right? They limit the reach and they limit the space for collaboration between creators. This kind of forces creators to have to then invest in paid advertisements to engage their community and compete with one another. This results in an environment where gated Web2 platforms operate. For example, in 2021, Google paid Apple $15 billion to be the default search engine on Safari. So it essentially blocked out the entire iOS community from experiencing other search engines. Facebook, now Meta, pays telecom companies a premium to allow unlimited data on services like WhatsApp. So it creates an anti-competitive environment. So in addition to this, because data and information is centralized and owned, the platform, it's difficult to seamlessly transition their data and profiles across systems. So Web3 really addresses this, as users have complete data ownership and ownership of their data. So Lemonade essentially is an infrastructure, like I mentioned, that allows you to have complete data ownership. You can do anything from NFT tickets to community rewards and product drops. It's a one-stop shop for creators and brands. It's got a ton of features and it's extremely easy to use. In a matter of minutes, you can create immersive events. So whether they're music festivals, fun conferences, workshops, product launches, brand activations, NFT exhibits, these experiences can be either virtual or offline, or they could even be hybrid events. You can add as many co-hosts to rooms, experiences, or hangouts. And this is what I meant, right? Like in Web 2, there is no scope to collaborate. There is no way to seamlessly split revenue and royalty. What I mentioned about, companies sort of monopolizing different spaces where you had Google paying Apple to be default search engine, etc. So this same thing kind of trickles down into the creator ecosystem and economy. And you essentially have 1% of your top creators, monopolizing most of the revenue that the creator economy can kind of bring to you. So you can have as many co-hosts. This allows you to not just market or co-market to other communities, but it also allows you to increase your reach and kind of share community, share data, share revenue and insights. You can seamlessly split revenue and royalty. So you never have to follow up with anybody that you're collaborating, whether it's a venue, whether it's another artist, whether it's an artist, or a musician, or a visual artist collaborating, and splits of the ticketing, etc., are kind of split. So you don't have to follow up with anybody. You don't need to. You can just blindly trust that essentially it's going to happen because it's all automated. So you can split revenue. You can do NFT tickets, which incidentally are POAP, so proof of attendance protocols. And on Lemonade, the infrastructure is kind of scaled not just to NFT ticketing, but further to different kind of applications. The benefits of NFT tickets are that they are digital. They are permanent digital memorabilia of experiences and events that you've actually gone to or attended. And you can also attach, real life utility to these events or to these tickets. Like I mentioned, real life utility on Lemonade, you can also attach rewards. So you can have as many icons, you can collaborate with as many co-creators or brands or services who want to kind of market to your community. And it's seamlessly tracked through a QR code that authenticates that you own the NFT, or you own the POAP, or you own the collectible or the NFT ticket. And the QR code is scanned, and the person who's responsible for dispensing the rewards will just enable or disable the rewards. So all of this data is kind of stored on the creator's data dashboard. So you have access not just to who is buying your tickets or who is engaging with your events or your experiences, or who's claiming your collectibles or joining your community. You also have access to, their behavior, not really behavior patterns, but to what extent they're engaging with you, how many of the rewards that you've deployed they've actually claimed, how many of your experiences or events have they actually attended. You can run blockchain-powered lotteries, which is essentially gamifying community rewards through our Chainlink integration. Transactions on Lemonade are gas-free because we cover the gas fees. So if you're somebody who's just starting out, just starting to mint NFTs or wants to explore Web3 as a newcomer, you don't have to worry about having, any cryptocurrency in your wallet. You can mint NFTs for free on any chain except Ethereum because Lemonade covers the gas fees. You can also claim and mint POAPs for free, so you don't need to ever have any cryptocurrency in your wallets as long as the NFT is on any chain except Ethereum. We've taken it a step further because in April 2022, we partnered with our first music festival in India, and we dropped 100 NFTs for an event called Sauce. And these NFTs actually unlocked real life data, real life utility. So because Johnny Walker had sponsored the event, they gave 2 free Johnny Walker drinks to every person who had claimed the one of these 100 POAPs, and you got free access to every edition of this festival Sauce for 1 year. So the utility was actually really, really great. But to claim this POAP, you needed to attach a crypto wallet. So you needed to attach either a MetaMask or a Trust wallet or a Rainbow wallet or whatever you were familiar with. And most phone browsers don't support the MetaMask or crypto wallet extensions. So even though the utility was really, really good, from those 100 NFTs, there was less than 35% adoption. So that's when we realized that for a lot of people, we have to also factor in that there are people who want it to be accessible. You need to be able to do it from your phone. Similarly, there are so many people who are still very new to Web3. So we came up with a wallet solution. So you have the Lemonade wallet, and it's a multi-chain wallet that's auto-assigned to you as soon as you sign up. This removes the barrier to entry for anyone who doesn't know anything about Web3 but still wants to participate, or creators who want to onboard their community into Web3 but don't want to overwhelm them with blockchain terminology or tell them, okay, you need to have a crypto wallet, this is how you open it. Similarly, you also have the option, if you are someone who's more crypto savvy, you also have the option to either connect your crypto wallet, or you also have the option to transfer your POAP or your NFT out of your Lemonade wallet to a crypto wallet. On Lemonade, you can also token gate experiences. So you can token gate events, shops, rooms, places, really anything, using the NFTs that you mint or the NFTs that you kind of drop to your community. You have multiple ticket tiers for experiences. You take it a step further, you can also have tiered POAPs. So you can have special POAPs or special NFTs that can be attached to different ticket tiers and can unlock even different benefits per ticket tier. In 2020, even though Lemonade started off in 2018 as an offline events platform, it became important and very clear that during the pandemic, a lot of events were going to were moving virtual. Like there was a need for people to kind of connect globally with each other, but without being able to leave. So virtual stages was something that we came up with. So we kind of improved on the virtual event experience and decided to make the whole experience a little bit more engaging and interactive. So on Lemonade, you can have as many virtual stages, have as many speakers as you like. You can integrate e-commerce and shops into your event, whether it's virtual, hybrid, or offline. You can have live chats. So you can speak with your team, your guests, or even friends, just with a click. You can have rooms. So this is pretty interesting because they're instant audio and video calls, and you can use them either for official meetings, for casual catch-ups, watch parties, event promos, podcasts, or really anything. You can have watch parties, which you can host with your friends within an event as well. You can also use this for like breakaway rooms, where if you're attending an event virtually, but you want to kind of still engage with your friends who aren't at the same place as you. And then you can also benefit from the the social lounge. So you have speed networking, where you can connect with a different person every 3 minutes. You can play social games, have icebreakers, and really just optimize the entire experience of how you meet people, even if it's virtually. So you can also have NFT drops. So you can also set up art galleries, NFT art galleries with token gated access, or you can just set up NFT art galleries and have people come check it out. And you can seamlessly split royalties, which means that you no longer have to, just like any other platform, you can split royalties with as many co-creators. So if you have multiple artists that have come together, say you have a musician and a visual artist, or a musician, a visual artist, and an influencer, or an organization that is championing some sort of social cause, a fundraiser to which you want to kind of have funds kind of go to action that cause. And then you just have like a spokesperson. So the three of you kind of collaborate to put out an NFT together. You can seamlessly split royalties from the sales. So Lemonade is a playground for artists, creators, and crypto enthusiasts. So all aspects of NFT creation, collection, and trading are brought to a single platform. So you no longer need to use multiple different channels or platforms to kind of start building your Web3 community. And because we have multi-chain support, we currently support all of these, I think about 9 blockchains, as well as all of the integrations that we have that include Chainlink, Unstoppable Domains, and MetaMask, etc. You can grow your community organically. So it's not like just having an audience that you talk to or talk at on Web2. You can also keep them engaged and you can keep them incentivized. And similarly, you can also import your community from an existing Web2 platform, whether it's Gmail, Patreon, or any other CRM channel that you use to keep your existing community or data sort of updated on what you're doing. And like everything Web3, you have complete data ownership. So you have a detailed and insightful data and statistics on all of the experiences that you create on Lemonade. So whether it's your events, whether it's NFTs, whether it's community, you have a comprehensive and real-time data dashboard that you will always have access to. So obviously your profile, and you also have the option to upgrade it a little bit further, take it a little bit further, and white label your profile. So it allows you to use all of Lemonade's infrastructure, but it's completely customized to your sort of design language and brand guidelines, or your company profile or company sort of design language. Integrations. And finally, I want to talk to you about a case study for something that we did very recently. It actually happened in January of this year. When I mentioned that, it's important to understand that for a lot of users, this is their first time using Web3 technology. So Budweiser India actually started building their Web3 community last month in a way that no brand has really done before. It was done without any cryptocurrency. It was done without wallets, and it was done on ground in the middle of the Lollapalooza festival in Bombay. So there were 40,000 people, and Budweiser dropped 5,000 of their first Budweiser NFT. This was a free-to-claim NFT that was accessible only to ticket holders. And the first 1,000 NFT holders were actually rewarded with a free Budweiser drink. So it was either a Budweiser beer or a Budweiser energy drink, whatever you chose, at the actual festival. And similarly, 300 of their Budweiser NFT holders were also able to mint a customized digital avatar. So this represented their place in the Budverse Privilege program, and it will allow them to continue to claim rewards at future events, music festivals, and honestly, every bar across the country that Budweiser decides to, deploy rewards against these co-ops. So this was actually a very unique kind of project. It was something that took about 9 months to get off the ground. And in case you would like to check out the platform for yourself, if you haven't already claimed a Unit Masters certificate of completion before, feel free to scan this QR code and set up your own Lemonade stand. And if you need any help with that, you can also set up a call with someone from my community team and they will help you out.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Michelle. That was really insightful, and thank you for taking us through the different features that I'm sure quite a number of students weren't aware of. I think this kind of brings to light so much that we could do with NFTs and building communities, especially Web3 communities. And so that brings me to the questions. If you have questions, please put your question in the chat. But also there's a question here from one of the students who wants to know how Lemonade makes money. Yeah.
Lemonade makes money because we, in addition to being, while the main focus is a creator focused, we started the community, we started the platform for the creator economy and for creators. But at the same time, we also have brand clients like Budweiser and other sort of organizations or corporations that want to venture into Web3. So we do have two separate sort of revenue structures. So sure, I'm just going to very quickly share my screen so you can see the QR code again. Sorry. There you go. Okay, so now I can't see the Zoom call yet. There you go. Sorry to cut you off, but Lemonade currently makes money through our brand clients.
Okay. So there's another question here. So one of the students wants you to speak more on drop screen.
Sorry, on?
Drop screen.
1 second.
Yeah, it's in the chat. Maybe Stacy, maybe you can clarify your question. While we're waiting for Tracy, there's another question. Someone wants to know is split revenue through smart contracts?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
And I'm also going to drop my Telegram in here in case you guys have any questions. Feel free to just drop them in case. Why is this happening? Give me a sec. Here. Sorry, yes, it is through smart contracts.
Okay, awesome. Could you also drop your Twitter or LinkedIn, just in case
Sure.
students want to tag you in their post?
Sure. I'm just going to drop links to
Okay.
my LinkedIn.
Okay, that's fine. There's also another question from Amanda. So I'm trying to get to the question now. Okay, Amanda wants to know if there's an exchange within Lemonade. There's an exchange on Lemonade.
No, there isn't.
Okay.
It's only to be able to seamlessly claim apps and free to claim NFTs, etc. You can't use it to actually, you can't put any actual cryptocurrency into it. So the whole idea of the Lemonade wallet was to make the whole onboarding process easier for people like me who had no idea back in 2020 or 2021 about any of the sort of terminologies or vast knowledge of Web3. So it's just for apps and for free to claim NFTs.
Okay. Thank you. So do we have any other question? Dear students, if you have any questions, please put them in the chat. Or if you have
So I could actually I can also see Anil actually ask, can Lemonade be used to create a website like YouTube? You absolutely can, because when you set up your Lemonade stand, you can create experiences, and you can also embed videos, and even host live streamed events, etc. You can also monetize this by literally selling tickets to have people come to view. So you can price them however you like. If you're in India as well, we currently do not even charge any sort of commission on ticketing. So you can literally just like it's an end-to-end revenue model for the creator, and it's only the transaction fee that's applied by the payment gateway in India that gets deducted. Lemonade in India does not charge a commission structure or a service fee on ticketing. Outside of India, then we have Stripe, etc.
Great.
But yes, it's very possible to create a website like YouTube.
Awesome. So Anil, I hope you got that. Yeah. So do we have any other questions or any other comments? Okay, so we have two questions that just dropped. The first is Lemonade wallet, cold wallet, or hot wallet?
It's honestly a semi-custodial wallet. You cannot have it's only used to make the onboarding process easy through for apps and for free to claim NFTs. You cannot have any you can't have any cryptocurrency in it. So you can't collect cryptocurrency through it. If you are minting an NFT, you have to like if you're minting an NFT to list it for sale, it needs to be done via a crypto wallet. But it's usually people who are more crypto savvy that get into actually minting and listing NFTs for sale. The Lemonade wallet is mostly for people who are attending events or joining a community, who want to collect membership tokens or membership collectibles, which can have utility attached to them, but they may or may not know how to open a crypto wallet. So two very different things.
Think more like a driver or like an avenue to facilitate the claim of props and NFTs.
Absolutely. So Ganesh, you can promote the student with the student community in Bangalore. I'm going to share the Calendly for, or you could just DM her. Her Twitter is Half Baked Girl. Vasu actually heads community for Lemonade, and she can help you out with this.
Okay, so we have questions regarding collection of royalties. A student wants to know how royalties can be collected on Lemonade.
So how are royalties collected via another wallet that you attach? I'm sorry, I'm not sure I understand, because essentially if you list an NFT on Lemonade, and your wallet is already attached, you would preset the revenue and royalties that you would generate from it. And when the sale actually happens, it would seamlessly be split between the wallet address that you add as a co-collaborator and the wallet that you are creating the NFT from.
Okay, I think that answers the question. Okay, I think this from Srinivasan, I think this question is similar to the one on creating a YouTube-like website. He wants to know, music concerts can be organized on Lemonade. I think yes, based on what you said before.
It absolutely can. I'm going to drop in a test event for you to check out. This is not an actual event. Let me just clarify that. But it will give you a good idea of what music festivals and events look like on Lemonade.
Okay. I'm also very sure that Lemonade has a white paper available online.
It's currently not published yet, but it's being published very shortly. We've been around for so long, but we've been so focused on actually creating and optimizing experience and doing so much R&D that our white paper keeps getting longer and longer. But it actually is going to be published very soon.
Okay. So Vikas wants to know if AI and ML play an important part of the Lemonade.
So right now, where Lemonade is we were talking about the evolution of Web 1 to Web 2 and Web 3. Lemonade is somewhere between a Web 2.5 and Web 3, because it has all of the Web 3 capabilities, but it's still a very Web 2 user experience. And honestly speaking, it isn't something that we're actively involved with, but we do have a partner that we're integrated with. They're called Pollinations. So the Budweiser project that I actually showed you, the festival heads, these are actually 2D avatars that you take a selfie and then the AI generates this digital caricature and it gets minted as an NFT with Budweiser's kind of branding. I think, let me actually show it to you. So we aren't actually we don't have a lot of AI stuff integrated yet, but we are collaborating with people who do have it. So this was actually the Budweiser white label that people could arrive on when they came to Lollapalooza, or when they had a ticket to Lollapalooza. And essentially, to claim your Festival Heads community access pass, you just had to literally select gender, input your social media handles, and you could either upload a photo or take a photo. And the AI would auto-generate a virtual avatar. Let's hope it is not something that looks scary. And as you can see, because these had been pre-bought by Budweiser, they have Festival Heads, they've got the Lemonade logo and they've got the Budweiser logo on it. Currently, minting is disabled because only 300 were enabled for mint. And you could essentially just mint your Budweiser Festival Head. So right now it will give me an error message because the batch of 300 is actually over. But you could very easily just mint this NFT. So it says all passes have been claimed, next window opening soon. But like you can see, I don't have a wallet connected to my account yet. And everything is actually working on the Lemonade wallet. So when I mentioned to you earlier that, Budweiser had dropped 5,000 of these free to claim NFTs, and the first 1,000 holders actually were getting a free Budweiser drink on the house at the event. You can actually take it a step further, right? So when you claim an NFT or a festival ticket or a collectible on Lemonade, you are automatically sent a confirmation email. That confirmation email carries a QR code. So this QR code is not event specific, it's actually user profile specific. And when you have to actually claim a reward on ground or in person at either a bar or a restaurant or a music festival, or really anywhere the rewards are kind of available to claim, you would literally just show your QR code, and the person responsible for handing it to you would just scan your QR code and enable or disable the reward that was attached to it. So this is very helpful data, especially for music festivals or college festivals for that matter, because it is data that you own as a creator. And there are so many brands that are, like I mentioned, right? Like everybody is looking to venture into Web3. So they have two options. Either they build their own community from scratch, like Starbucks did, or NBA Top Shots did, or they collaborate with people who already have existing community. So as a student event organizer, you would be in the perfect position to even speak to brands to come in and sponsor your college festival. So you would do tickets. So all your ticketing would be the same Web2 process, but in the process of just getting a confirmation PDF on your email, you would automatically also claim an NFT ticket, and you could attach rewards and royalty or rewards and utility to your ticket, which means that this becomes real estate for a brand who would like to come in as a sponsor. So say a Red Bull or a Budweiser Beats, or really any brand that you can think of that is allowed to market to a college community. They could come in as utility sponsors, and you would be able to give them data or share data with them the way that you choose, because you own your data. So it's not somebody selling your data for you on your and keeping the money. It's not somebody stealing the data from you. You would actually be able to give the brand insights. So you would be able to tell them how many of their rewards were actually claimed. You wouldn't even need to share user data. So you wouldn't need to share email addresses or contact information. You could give them demographics of how old or what the demographics of the community that actually claimed these rewards. So how old were they? Where did they come from? What were their gender, demographics? Really anything that you would that a brand would need to know, you would be able to monetize as an event organizer and tell them, okay, hey, I have this event happening. I have 1,000 people, 300 people, 500 people coming to my event, and all of my tickets are NFTs, and these NFTs have real estate to have rewards that you can use to market to my community or to my audience. And this is different, right? Because it's not like Web2. It's not like where you're paying aggressively for advertisements to kind of talk to an audience. Here, it's the community that you're actually interacting with. These are real people who have bought your tickets, who have claimed your NFTs, who have claimed your rewards, real people that you can reach out to and re-engage at any point. So I think, yeah, I sort of kind of went off a little bit on a tangent, but I just wanted to kind of let you guys know that it's possible and give you an example of how it could work.
Amazing. I find this really strong value from Lemonade. Thank you so much, Michelle, for taking us and our students through this. So there's a question. Could you send the link to your community contact for help needed?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm going to share Vasu's Calendly with you.
Okay. And are there also ways that you think that Unit Master student could possibly contribute to Lemonade? I would be happy to know.
I would actually love to work a little bit more with Unit Masters. This is, I think, one of the projects that I'm very incredibly proud to be partnered with, because what Unit Masters is doing, educating people on the blockchain and applications of it, and seeing the engagement of people coming back and to even come to claim their, proof of attendance protocol or the proof of completion NFTs is quite cool. I think if Unit Masters is actually doing more events or more of these workshops as well, we should also look at a way to drop POAPs for these events as well, because it's also interesting and it's kind of cool that today you guys actually showed up and listened to me jabber on for an hour and you haven't got anything out of it yet. Like, I was actually thinking of dropping a POAP just that you could claim from scanning a QR code, but there wasn't enough time. But I definitely think that we should collaborate on events. We should collaborate on more community projects. We should do more fun stuff together outside of just the certificates of completion. So I'm always open to ideas. Please throw them at me.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Pray you can pause the video.
I also.
So thank you everyone for joining us today for today's session with Michelle. We hope that you have gained new insights and also been able to learn more about the use cases of Lemonade. I know we have been using Lemonade to mint our certificates, but I'm also aware that there are a lot of other cool features that we can use Lemonade for. So thank you, everyone. I hope you find some time this weekend to explore and let us know what you find. So enjoy the rest of your weekend. We'll be looking forward to your claims and your submissions for this week's key takeaways. Bye, everyone.